there was a ninja coursing through hyperspace, riding his steed. The steed whinnied and lifted its front legs, sending cosmic ripples out from the sides of hyperspace, blowing whole solar systems into dust. Much afeared was this ninja, for he knew not how to ride this hyper steed through hyperspace at such incredible hyper speeds. He had by accident mounted this particular hyper steed, for it had been in the stables with the other horses. For it was a ninja hyper steed, and it had disguised itself as a normal horse, which was easy because they looked the same. This ninja was now coursing through hyperspace, much afeared, much afeared. He prayed to the Most Height, which ninjas know by their own names. To either die a ninja's death, or be made more ninja skill mode. And then the steed left hyperspace and stood before a fearsome giant. On the white sand plains of a planet far away. Behind the giant was his palace, which reached into this planet's azure sky. It was made of white steel, unrustable by this sand. And giant golden crystals grew from its sides, spraying magic across the land. The giant spoke, rumbling the ground beneath, in a tongue the ninja did not know. But the hyper steed replied, spake unto the giant also words of this same language. Duly, the gates were open, and therein was a magic portal, so majestic and radiant that the eyes themselves would realize there are more colors than it had previously known upon seeing it. And such it was for the ninja, who much marveled at this. As the hypersteed leapt through, and through something even greater than hyperspace, did they fly. Portal space, way more magic, and out the other side they arrived. In a jousting field, surrounded by many unicorns. There were unicorns watching, floating all around the sides of this jousting field. And on the jousting field itself, there were unicorns, proudly trotting. And the ninja was more feared than he had ever been, for he knew what this was. The fabled and fearsome unicorn jousting, as spake of in the ninja scrolls. You should be ninja enough to already know. If not, you should be watching more of these bardic arts that I am making available to the world. As I am able, as much as I'm able. Getting closer to as much as I am able to do. For then, you will surely attain to the fluency in Ninja Scroll that will allow you to know these things already. But for those of you who do not, I will explain. Unicorn jousting has one very peculiar difference from the jousting you may be accustomed to knowing of, which is that it is the ones riding on the unicorns who are jousted off by the unicorns themselves using their unicorn horns. This ninja knew what was up. He was placed on a unicorn, hands tied with laser rope behind his back. There was no getting out of it. He knew he must face his fate with ninja courage and laugh in its face. But he trembled beneath the composure he could wear sincerely. It seemed each moment lasted for minutes, and each minute lasted for hours, and each hour didn't happen because it was only minutes before the unicorns charged at each other. The horn on the unicorn charging at him was huge, the biggest unicorn horn he had ever even imagined. The thing looked more like a horn with a horse doll attached to it. Like a tree with a horse trinket dangling on the side. And the unicorn he was on was normal horn mode. He was much afeared. It didn't look good. But deft was the unicorn beneath his feet, and swiftly doth it dodge the great tree-like horn of the unicorn that charged upon them. And with skill, finesse, and a sweet melodic whinny, dost it nobly joust off the top of the other unicorn, the ninja, who had also been taken and bound upon it. Who, skewered upon the horn of this unicorn, was lifted up and thrown 100 leagues into the air. And a sound was made, a certain sound, a call, to announce to all the unicorns that watched. And thus, given the cue and the permission, they blasted many magic radiant beams of magic from their unicorn horns, their mouths, and their hooves. And doth the ninja that had been thrown into the air been struck by them? Yes, and he exploded. Much afeared was the ninja, and much relieved at the same time that he had not suffered such a fate. He was given what tasted like a dog treat and brought back to his ninja dojo, wherein he spoke of his experience, and was believed, for it was smelled upon him the unmistakable smell of unicorns. The Grand Master Ninja of his dojo, 8,000 years old, came forth and spake that it had happened before to another ninja from their dojo in a bygone age. What can we do? They asked the Ninja Grandmaster. And he said, what do you mean? They said, to protect ourselves from this happening to us. And he said, are you for real? Have you been paying any attention to anything I've been showing you? It's like you don't even know Ninja Scroll asking me a question like that. Let me explain. Not that I should have to. I'll make you do 100 flips later. Pay me off for wasting my time. Not the normal kind of flips either. The kind in hyperspace. It's kind of hard to explain why those kinds of flips are difficult. Anyways, he explained unto them that for a ninja to be taken from the dojo and brought to almost certain death a few times every couple ages is not that bad. It's really dangerous to be a ninja. And those are pretty good odds. It's one of the least things for them to worry about. They're more likely to get hit by a falling tree. Or be in a tree that falls out from under them while they're hiding in it. And also, that's a really awesome death. Shot, jousted off of the top of a unicorn by another unicorn, thrown into the sky, and then blasted by all the unicorns that were watching. Not many ninjas get a death that great. You should be happy for a death like that. And the chance to face the potential of such a death. And see how much you waver to know how ninja your courage is. He's like, alright, Ninja Scroll lesson's over. You owe me 100 hyperspace flips. But first I'll tell you a Ninja Koan. Did you get it? Alright, good. We're good. Get to it. Thus ends that tale. That was the tale. There was a ninja thrown into the air after being skewered by a unicorn's horn. He had been tied up by a laser rope, he had despaired, he was scared, and yep, it was time for him to be thrown into the air, where he was blasted by many unicorns. Magic laser power, he exploded all over the place. There was nothing left but sparkles where he had made his way. So when that day, and I hope for the legend to stay.